Yo, it's Oko, and I found this while looking for stuff to react to. Everyone's keeps sending me reactions and stuff, and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to react to that. I don't really feel, not really feeling that, you know? Or maybe I'm just not feeling reactions. Regardless, I saw this, thought it'd be a cool thing to react to. I spent a day with Boy with the Uke with Anthony Padilla, aka Smosh, aka old school man, aka that man's definitely like 30 years old or 40 now. Anyway, thought it'd be cool to check this out. It's only 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? We could chill, talk, vibe.
To go to the same McDonald's that I went to,
Be a cool interview to have.
and they recognized my voice. They had just been at the Berlin show, and they just happened to go to the same McDonald's that I went to. And
Hey, what was the
they
question?
came up to me and they recognized my voice. They had just been at the Berlin show, and they just happened to go to the same McDonald's that I went to. And they came up to me and they're like, "Are you BOYWITHUKE?"
Imagine that's how you get exposed. I mean, it doesn't matter
This
now.
episode is
But
sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Visit betterhelp.com/Padilla because sometimes existing is exhausting. And if you want to watch an extended version of this interview where we get way deeper into everything, click the join button down below to become a member and support this channel. Anyway.
people aging like
Hello,
gracefully. Anthony is like, bro, I was watching this man since I was like a kid, bro. Like, if y'all don't know what Smosh is, y'all are probably way too young. But early YouTube days, I was watching this since I was a kid. Like, I want to say elementary school, bro. I am 26 now. This fella is old, but he looks so good.
Uke.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
You pronounced my name correctly.
Definitely like
I didn't
give
say
like
UK.
feel like he
No,
could be around
even
my
though it was
age.
tempting.
It's BOYWITHUKE.
Okay, good. I think we've set that straight today officially. I feel like the first thing that people see when obviously the first thing that people see when they see you is your mask. Why is it that you choose to wear a mask? Is it part of the branding? Is it to make people focus on the music? Is it because you don't like your face?
So it's actually when I first started making music, and I had like created a TikTok and was creating like these songs on the ukulele. I just didn't want any of my friends to find out. Like,
You're embarrassed that your friends would.
yeah, because like all my friends, they listen to like hip hop music, drill, rap,
Yeah.
a genre that my music is definitely not.
For yours, were da 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 da.
Yeah. And if they found out about it, they would have just flamed me.
Nah, I mean, to be fair, I get that. I get that level of embarrassment. There's certain like I mean, I don't even think I'm past it now, you know what I mean? Like I stream and I have another YouTube channel and there's a lot of ideas that I want to just do, but I'm embarrassed how my homies gonna see me if I do the things I'm gonna do. Especially like when I first started, like way earlier. Like I had to keep this like a secret, make this like between me, like a me thing, right? Like the reaction channel. Don't let my friends know, you know. I just wanted to like focus on it and just figure out my own stuff. Now I don't care. For the most part, I don't care, and I'm gonna react to what I want to react to and do whatever I want to do. But I want to say that embarrassment will definitely stifle any idea you have because of like people do care about how they are perceived at the end of the day by their friends, man. It is what it is, friends, family, etc., bro. Sometimes, it's something you gotta do. Now, in his case, it panned out really, really, really well, right? He is now able to be him, be free, and I mean, even the friends roast him. They can't dub him. He succeeded. You know what I mean? Not saying that's what they were gonna do in the first place.
So you thought you'd get dunked on, but now you have over 2 billion plays.
Yeah, and now they know. And now it's impossible to get dunked on, I think.
So there was a time period where you
Exactly,
were making
bro.
stuff and you were popular and your friends didn't even know who you were online.
Yes, for I think the first year or so of doing it, I didn't tell anyone. The only people that knew were my girlfriend and my little brother.
Can you talk about how you got started playing the ukulele?
Yeah,
Because there's a story, right?
yeah, there is a story. 3.5 years ago, I was in high school. It was my senior year, and there was a girl that I saw. She wasn't in my class or anything. She was just in the halls. I'd see her every once in a while, and I thought she was so cute. and we talked, and I asked her out, and she said yes. And we went on a few dates, and I think it was on the third date, she showed me a video of her friend playing the ukulele at a talent show. She was impressed.
Nah.
She was like, "Oh my God, she's so good."
It's always
Yeah,
a shorty
it's
at
us.
the
It
end of
was
the
like,
day,
things were
man.
clicking. I was like, "Yo, if I learn the ukulele, she'd think I'm really good, and she'd want to stay with me." So I practiced a lot, and I'm happy to say that we have now been dating for 3.5 years.
The uke helped?
I think it did. I
Let's
think
go.
it did.
So, and then did you start from the get-go with this mask?
And started with just me not showing my face on camera.
Okay, so it was like here down.
Yeah, neck down.
Okay.
But then I figured I would be able to make a lot better content if I was able to show my whole body and like maybe even dance a little bit. So I had this mirrored mask that I wore, like a one-way mirror where I can see out of it, but you can't see into it.
That was pretty cool.
Mask here, right?
We have 2 custom-made masks. This was the first draft or the first version of the custom mask. Now it's my backup mask. You can check it out.
Sure. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's the old mask.
So this one looks a little bit more dim. Like what's the upgrade?
So the upgrade is like a visibility upgrade. You see how this one has like a balaclava all around it?
Yeah.
Performing in that mask with just so much around the face was very difficult.
Because it's hot?
Yeah, I got really hot in there.
Yeah.
But now I don't know if camera can see. I don't have a balaclava.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So there's a little bit of cheek.
So you're kind of revealing a little bit of your jawline.
A little bit of the jaw.
The very strong jawline. So did you go in with this
He
design
sounds really
in
cool to
mind
hang
that you
out
were
with,
like,
bro. He's pretty chill.
Two bright circle eyes?
I wouldn't mind.
Like,
See,
it's kind of
I mean,
reflecting of
the
who I am,
likelihood
where
of it happening, it would be really cool to see him on a stream with with like a bigger streamer. You know what I mean? Like it would really be cool to see him on like someone like a Kai Cenat or like a Black Boy Max or whatever. You know what I mean? That'd be really dope, right? Just get more of his like personality. And I'm sure he's done more interviews and more stuff where he's like, doing his thing, or he expressed more of his personality. But it'd be cool, see more of him outside of the music stuff.
I feel
I guess
like
I gotta pull up to the live streams, low key.
I've always been more of a quiet, reserved person, and I'm constantly observing, but I'm never really speaking.
Do you think that you would ever have made music if you weren't faceless, if you didn't hide your identity?
I started making, or like I guess writing songs like my sophomore year in high school, and that was just literally for myself.
Was that on the ukulele as well?
No, these were I would look up instrumentals, or like if there was an artist I liked, say for example Dominic Fike. I would look up a Dominic Fike type beat, and then someone out there, like a producer, would have made an instrumental that was similar to something Dominic Fike might write a song to, and then I would then just write a song to it. And I wouldn't share it with anyone. I just kind of kept it to myself. It was like a hobby.
And was that to express your emotions, or like what was the drive?
I think there was a little bit of like,
Angst.
teenage angst in there,
I
but
can see
also
that.
I think a lot of the songs I made back then were just like jokes.
Like suck my meat,
Like,
suck my meat song. Yeah.
Jokes as in inappropriate songs.
How so?
I had a song called
Yeah.
The Head Song.
Okay. I think I know where this is going.
Yeah.
So you're like 16 years old making this?
yeah, just for fun.
That makes a
When
lot
did
of
you
sense.
start
That makes a
gaining
lot of
popularity?
sense.
Was it after you introduced the ukulele?
It all started with TikTok.
Oh, I feel like everything starts with TikTok.
Everything after 2020 just was from TikTok. Like my little brother, he'd hear me making these songs and just like not doing anything with them. Like I'd make the song and then I just like keep it to myself. And he just told me like, dude, put this on TikTok. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do TikTok. And then he eventually convinced me. Now I'm here.
So did you blow up immediately? What was that like?
It was a slow growth at first. I'd post like maybe once a week initially, and then I just sort of ramped it up, especially like in COVID and like when quarantine was happening, and there was just not a lot to do. It was almost like a domino effect. Like I had a song called Two Moons that just like
That shit's
people
fire.
started using
That
the
shit's
sound,
fire.
and it started going like blowing up.
Like a TikTok soundbite?
Yeah, like a TikTok soundbite. There was like a part. It's like, yeah, no, I go where I want to, and like there's like a small trend going from that. Literally at the same time, Toxic, which is my biggest song, which I'll never be able to get away from. I think. But
Why?
I
He
think
doesn't
it's
like
too
it.
catchy.
you made something too catchy. I don't know. I've heard some of you gave me a preview of some of your upcoming stuff on your future album, and I think it holds up. Like I think you're gonna have a ton of new songs that you're gonna be known for instead of Toxic.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the new songs. Definitely has some of my most personal songs.
Yeah. You get super vulnerable with it, and someone that hides their identity, I feel like people would not expect them to get so vulnerable with their songs. Do you feel like because you hide your identity, you're more comfortable getting vulnerable in your songs?
I was gonna say, I feel like if you're hiding your identity, right, you're able to express, at least in my opinion, you're able to express more of yourself going forward, right? Like you are like you're anonymous, right? No one knows who you are, so you can say, do, express whatever feeling you want without like little to no consequence. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't really agree with anything here, but like he kind of like asked a follow up question. But like you know what I mean? Like if y'all know what I feel like y'all get what I'm saying. Like there's less to lose when no one really knows your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Not having to reveal who I am.
And you get to sing the songs without people like seeing the emotion on your face, right?
It definitely does help with songwriting.
What are some of the pros and cons of being anonymous?
The biggest pro is that I get to live
Regular life. Oh,
my regular life.
go
In my
outside, no
personal life,
security, no that
not
stuff.
that much has changed, I think. I'm still me. I still have the friends that I have. And I think that's a pro. I can go to the grocery store and not be stopped.
You can kind of live a normal 20-year-old's life whenever you want.
Yeah, which then leads us to the cons.
Okay.
Because I kind of can't do a lot of things.
Okay.
It's very difficult to make new friends, I think.
Have you made new friends in the past few years? Like how do you approach that?
I have not made new friends.
You just haven't made new friends in the past few years?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my friends are just friends I've had since before this all started, and that's just something I don't think I'll ever get back. It's like a bit of a sacrifice, which I am glad to make because I'm very happy with my life.
How far do you go to keep your identity hidden?
You
know,
make
'cause
homies
you showed
now.
up without your mask today, but scandalous. But is it just like whenever you know that you're going to be seen in public or on camera?
I will say sometimes I feel like I am a bit risky with it. Last year, I was opening for a band. They were playing very big venues, like 15 to 20,000 cap amphitheaters.
Who was it?
It was AJR.
Okay, yeah.
I would go on stage.
We
I'd
gotta react to
open,
more
everyone would be
AJR.
like, "Whoa, look, it's Boy with You." I'd go off stage, take everything off, change my clothes, and then I'd go into the crowd and watch AJR set.
So you watched it.
That's kind of crazy.
From like a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
And you were able to have your identity hidden. No one stopped you, tried to take a picture with you or anything.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That's actually really sick.
And it's kind of nice. I kind of like it.
You get to do a whole
Can't do that shit?
Hannah
No.
Montana thing where
It's
you're
like-
when I want to be
It's
in the
like,
spotlight, I can be, but otherwise.
damn, bro, am I ugly, bro? Like when I move and I speak, sometimes my fault, bro. I just looked over to the camera while I was smiling. I'm probably never gonna smile again, bro. You're never gonna see a smile in my face. Anyway, all that stuff has now changed. I'm pretty sure maybe he can, but like, no more hiding in the crowds with people. No more anything, bro. You're cooked. But he's willing to make that sacrifice. He decided to do that himself. So it's not really. He knew what the pros and cons was after he exposed his identity. I'm pretty sure this is something he wanted to do. We all know that's something he wanted to do. So yeah, but it's crazy seeing this now, and then knowing what he looks like. You know what I mean? Like he's saying this stuff now, but now we know what he looks like. It's like this is you now. You can't do all the slick stuff you were used to be able to do. You can't live your normal life. Well, like you can, but like I would hope that he's walking around with security and stuff, just protecting himself and stuff like that. But still,
Otherwise,
Yeah,
You're
I get to
kind
be
of
Hannah
anonymous.
Montana.
do you have any anxiety around getting your identity exposed?
Yeah, I have a lot. Like literally last night, I had a dream that I had put a picture of my face on my story by accident. Oh my gosh! Like I checked my story, I was like, oh, good man.
It's the nightmares of 2023. Like there's no other time in history where anyone
Yeah,
would have
it's 2
ever had
years
that
old.
nightmare.
Yeah, like try to explain that to someone 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What?
Have you had any bizarre fan interactions or?
There were 2 fans in Berlin that saw me without the mask. So it was after I'd performed a show in Berlin. My team and we went to McDonald's, and there were these two people that heard me ordering a Big Mac, and they recognized my voice. They had just been at the Berlin show, and they happened to go to the same McDonald's that I went to, and they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, excuse me?" I was like, "Oh, hi." And he's like, "Are you BOYWITHUKE?" And I was like, "What the like? How did they know?"
Is that the first time that someone like asked you without your mask on?
Yeah, that was my first moment. I was just like, "Holy shit, I'm exposed. Like, what's gonna happen?" And they were very nice about it. They didn't want it. They didn't take any photos. They didn't want any of that. They just wanted to say hi and thank me for music. And
That could have been a very scary thing, but it ended up just being sweet.
yeah, they were very nice about it. And
How's
if
it
you guys
going?
are watching this, thank you.
For not exposing you.
Yeah.
You playing the instrument and learning the instrument was really personal to you. You writing these lyrics is really personal to you. You showed me an upcoming song called Trauma.
Good song.
And there's some lyrics in there that I find it's so personal. I'd love to talk about it and break it down a little bit. You cool with that?
Yeah.
But you say, sometimes I just can't help myself. I was an outcast, thrown out to dry and get laughed at, too shy to talk about home. I always thought life was supposed to be cold. I know.
I've been so lost without hope. I got a window in my head. It's a casket. You know, I be wishing I was dead, but I'm asking it.
Yeah.
Love you, Maz.
That lyric specifically, I I've been wishing I was dead, but I mask it. I feel like that it's such an honest lyric where, at one point you did have those thoughts and literally now you literally wear a mask.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you were pointing to with those lyrics?
I thought it was kind of clever. Like, obviously, the reason I wear this specific mask on my face is different from sort of masking.
Yeah, masking obviously is a separate thing about hiding your emotions, showing up as
it's a
who you think people
double
want you to show
double
up
entendre.
as.
And I don't think it just applies to just, like, I did have suicidal thoughts growing up, and I don't think it's just for that. Like, it's just sort of all of the above. Like, I feel like a lot of times, if you feel like shit, it's not, you don't really express that. It's hard to express it. I think as I've matured, I've started to realize that some of these things you should probably address and, like, be a little vulnerable and, like, talk to people about how you actually feel, rather than not telling anyone and masking it.
Are these lyrics about your past self?
I think I'm a much healthier person now than I was maybe 2-3 years ago.
That's
but
growth.
I think
That's good to hear.
this song was written in the mindset of who I was.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it serves to remind me to keep moving forward, like, not to let what happened to me in the past, not to let that affect who I am and who I want to be.
Just to kind of help, establish that for people to get a fuller picture of who you are. Have you talked at all about your childhood, if anything in your childhood affected or impacted who you become?
Growing up, I had a lot of positive things in my childhood, but
My fault.
I think
ADHD, bro,
things
that
were
I don't
more
have.
negative than positive. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. Like, I didn't have my own room until, like, maybe high school. Like, me and my little brother, our beds were literally in the living room. There were times
Same.
where my mom would think I was asleep.
Hell no, bro.
And she just, like, cried.
I didn't get my own room. I didn't even think of that as, like, well, like, it makes sense, but I didn't have my own room until, like, when did I get my own room? I'm gonna say towards the end. I was like freshman year of college. That's when I finally got my own room, man. I didn't have my own room for a long time. Like, me and my brothers, like, we had a big room and we just shared our room. It was a really huge room. I think it was like the master's, like, bedroom that we actually had. And my grandparents had the room in the front, and my aunt had the room in the middle. And there was like 2 rooms in the basement, but my other aunt lived down there. So yeah, no, I didn't have my own room until, like, much later. Way much later. And I never really thought about it until now, you know what I mean? But damn.
Like, all night, and I would just pretend I was sleeping.
So you have that core memory of your mom. Do you think that affected you or changed the way that you went about life?
Yeah, I think because of a lot of those things, I think I had a very pessimistic mindset. Like, everything's destined to fail. Like I thought all families were, like, as messed up as mine was. Yeah, I think that bled into my life outside of home as well. I was I don't know. I think I was just not a good kid.
In what ways?
Like, I was getting in trouble a lot, getting into, like, physical fights, and I was also getting bullied,
Yeah.
which is not fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I thought that was just, like, how things were and how they would always be, which I'm glad I was wrong.
You thought life was supposed to be
I
cold?
felt that same way. Like, I have my grandma for sure. She definitely showed me, like, the warmth of, like, that families can have. And when she passed, I haven't felt that in a long time for my family, to be honest. And then I started to like hang out with like my ex and her family, um, and like watching her interact with her family and seeing them all come together for like dinner, vacations, just coming together for like small stuff too, just going on outings, whether they were walking together, jogging, whatever the case may be, or just being around each other, just lounging around the house and stuff. It just felt super cozy, right? Like the type of family you would see on like a TV. You know what I mean? Like the super happy, chill, vibey type of family. And it made me realize like, damn, if you grow up in like a household like that, for the most part, your outlook is bound to be healthy. Now, lucky for me, again, my grandma poured a lot of love into me and my brothers, and I was able to kind of like reflect that onto like in my life, regardless of like the situations that I am. Like I want to say that even though I can get sad really quickly, and I do sometimes, and I am sometimes pessimistic about a lot of things. I would say that when I'm talking to others and how I treat others, for the most part, it's a very positive outlook. I would say if you don't do anything mean to me, then like I feel like I approach you as like a generally like kind, sweet person. You know what I mean? Like I don't think anyone I've ever met and like in person, if they didn't hate me already, because some people just hate you just because they don't like you. I can't say that anyone has really had a falling out with me. You know what I mean? That like wasn't mutual. So like I don't know, but I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank Stitch Fix for sponsoring this episode, because building a wardrobe that you love isn't always simple. But Stitch Fix makes putting together great styles easy. They do all the work for you, so you have the time to focus on all the other things on your plate. The Stitch Fix stylist has over 1,000 brands to choose from, which makes picking clothes with your choices in mind simple. They'll even show you how to wear head-to-toe outfits so you can get dressed.
What a Stitch
and
Fix,
dressed
guys.
directly
Stitch Fix up, bro.
that you live in?
Oh, yeah.
Stick
Yeah.
up.
My apartment.
Yeah.
So I live in a sub-basement apartment. It's located in... Just kidding. I'm not.
You're not going to give us your address?
Nope.
That's messed up. Honestly, I was expecting that and disappointed.
It's a sub-basement apartment. And I have a roommate.
Uh-huh.
That is not my girlfriend. It is a high school friend.
Yeah.
And we don't have AC.
Is that a choice?
I think for me it's a choice.
Because you clearly have the money to get an AC unit if you wanted.
I could move into a better place, but I think for me what I value more is I value the relationship I have with my roommate. We're really good friends, and like I like living with him. And even though we don't have AC or we don't have an in-unit laundry machine, we got to go out and do our laundry. It is a bit of a hassle.
Yeah.
But I think like those experiences I want to make sure I'm not like lost in the sauce.
Staying
like,
humble.
wanna
I
be
respect
grounded. I guess I want to be more like normal.
Yeah, you want to live like a person who's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Not like a musician with 2 billion plays.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever take off the mask and perform as yourself?
I do want to. One day.
Think it'll happen, or you think you'll always be like, no.
Well, I mean,
oh shit! You did trick me for a fraction of a second.
No. I think if I ever do, it'll have to be planned. Like
you'll sell out Staples Arena.
If I ever get to that point, that would be insane. But I did see there's another masked creator on the internet that did a face reveal, and I saw what he did, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, is he talking about Dream?
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where we've seen some examples of faceless people revealing their face.
Yeah,
and that's
the only person I can think of is Dream.
To pick apart and say, I do want to do it like that, or I don't want to do it like that.
Yeah.
What's next for you, at least in the immediate future?
I think I'm gonna get kava. I think I'm gonna get dinner. Some Mediterranean food.
I respect that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. So okay, cool. What's next is some dinner.
Yeah, but if
I like how awkward these fellas
are. The project, the upcoming album.
They're kind of like awkward, but I mean, that's how interviews are.
Working on for like a year, and this is definitely a project where I put a lot of effort into it, a lot more so than my previous projects, and it's just I'm excited for it. It's got a lot of personal songs.
Stuff really personal to James from Snapchat.
A lot. Yeah, really personal to James from Snapchat, who's a product manager,
Right.
and can't talk about what he does.
Right, he's under NDA, strict NDA.
Yeah. But yeah, that is just something I'm really excited about. I got tour coming up as well.
What do you hope the new album accomplishes?
I think the biggest thing for me is that I want people to just feel good listening to it. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
That's
If
good.
they enjoy the music,
I think everyone.
and
I think for the
they
most
can
part, everyone
feel
enjoyed
like
the album, right?
validated in how they feel, because I know how it feels to not be, and to be sort of alone in those feelings. But I hope that they can feel like comfort and accepted.
In a weird way, it sounds like you're making stuff that would have really helped you at some point to hear it yourself.
That's deep. Yeah. These are all letters to my younger self.
Your team had one question that they really wanted me to ask you.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a game changer. Ready?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Guessing blue or purple. Teal.
I know. It's pretty deep, dude. I know.
Purple.
Sorry, can I have a minute?
Yeah. Think about it. You can consult with your team if you need. To know if they're
Is
cool with you
there
answering this.
a reference I'm missing?
But I think they are.
Okay. Charcoal.
Charcoal.
Like so gray.
Nice.
Charcoal, gray, bright, blackish gray with some white in it. Charcoal, nice. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. Again, kind of wish I'd seen this earlier. Like, I feel like it probably would have like been more prep for the album. I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably told me to react to this, but it is what it is, man. I'll see you on the next video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, maybe consider donating to the PayPal, all that good stuff, bro. I'll see y'all later. Bye.